of friends and the happy memories we shared with them? I don't think so. A strong friendship doesn't need daily conversation or being together. As long as the relationship lives in the heart, true friends never part. நம்முடைய தமிழ் மொழியில் அழகான கூற்று இருக்கிறது. திருவள்ளுவர் தமிழ் வேதமான திருக்குறளில் அழகாக சொல்லியிருக்கிறார். முகநக நட்பது நட்பன்று நெஞ்சத்து அகநக நட்பது நட்பு. ஒருவர் சந்தித்து சிரித்து பேசுவது உண்மையான நட்பு அல்ல, மனதளவில் உள்ளன்போடு ஒருவர் போற்றுவதும் பாராட்டுவதுமே நட்பாகும். Meaning in English is the love that dwells merely in the smiles of the face is not friendship, but that which dwells deep in the heart is true friendship. In life, we have many relations like mother, father, and so many other relations we have, but friendship is very different. Friends do not have ego between them, show the ego to differentiate who is better or smarter. Cherish your friends, be beside them in need, comfort them in their worries, and enjoy your good days with them. Laughter and fun and sharing is all about innovation. Let us all continue this journey with friendship, love, and peace. Thank you so much.
Thank you, President. Thank you, District Chairman, for such an inspiring speech and for saying a message for friendship. Let us celebrate Inner Wheel with friendship and service. Thank you, District Chairman. Now, the introduction of guest of speaker. What blooms from beautiful seeds of thought becomes a symphony of colorful abundance. Here comes past President Irai Karkulali to introduce the guest speaker.
Good evening, one and all, my dear Inner Wheel friends. Thank you, President, for giving me this opportunity. I am indeed pleasure in introducing the guest speaker, Mrs. Sarita Lunani. She was born on 20th November in Kolkata, started her schooling at St. Joseph High School, and graduated with BA Honours and Distinction in Economics and Child Psychology. She is a member of IWC Elur District 302 for the last 24 years and was a club president in the year 1998 and was a district chairman in 2008. She was a 37th association president in 2012 and 13. She successfully hosted 13 triennial conference in Hyderabad and attended a record of 2,500 delegates from 17 countries. She was the trainer for the incoming chairman institute and 6 consecutive years from 2009 to 2014. She also attended 8 triennial conference and 3 South Asian rallies. The most important that she prepared the blueprint which led us to win the bid to host the international convention in India for the first time to be held in Jaipur in 2021. She was attended 4 IAW convention and was a speaker in 2 IAW convention, Istanbul and Melbourne. In the Melbourne convention, she moderated the first talk show for 60 minutes in the business session. She was a convener for the second AC meeting and South Zone meet recently held in Vijayawada in 2018. She was a member of the Constitution and Credential Committee of Association of Inner Wheel Club of India for 3 years from 2016 to 2018. As a zonal coordinator for Teach in 9 Inner Wheel districts, she has facilitated in motivating the completion of around 500 happy schools in India, and she was also the zonal coordinator of Mission Mamta for 9 Inner Wheel districts. She was also the advisor of Prem Pratik held in Puri in District 326. She has moderated talk show with many IAW presidents, and in the recent District Assembly of District 302 held in 11th July 2020 under her leadership was attended by 8 presidents and past IAW president and 14 past association president and 10 overseas members plus the PDCs of other district and home district. Finally, she believes that learn from yesterday, live for today and hope for tomorrow. Once again, I welcome her for our guest speaker in our Inner Wheel Club of Tanjore. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Irai Karkulali, for that strong and a beautiful introduction about us guest speaker. To be inspired is great, but to be an inspiration is an honor. Here comes a person, the past association president, Sarita Lunani, to present her talk. Welcome, ma'am. We cannot hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Please put your
You can mute your phone. Yeah. So can I begin now?
coming in both the things, one phone and in the something.
You can reduce the volume in the phone, ma'am.
You can put the speaker off in one of these things, either in the phone.
Yeah. Is it okay now? Yes?
Yes,
Is it fine? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would like to share the screen, please. Yes, please. Go ahead, ma'am. There's a folder kind of symbol that you can just click on and share your file. Can you see my screen? Not yet, ma'am. Okay. Shall I start? Yes, please. Because I can't hear you, so I'm just going to speak, okay?
Okay, please go ahead, please.
Yeah, first of all, I would like to thank Irai for the benevolent and kind words of appreciation. Thank you so much. True friends overlook your broken friend and admire the stars in your garden. Vanakkam, Club President of Innovi Club of Tanjore Nirmala, District 298 Chairman Shiva Kumari Kandasamy. Namaste, my special friend, mentor, past International President Kamlaji. Subha Sandawak to my friend from Sri Lanka, Janu Sivasubramaniam. Sham Bakhair to my Pakistani friend, Sumira Ijaz. Good evening to moderator PDC Usha Nandini, members of District Executive, past District Chairman, members of Inavi Club of Tanjore and all participants. Thank you for inviting me. Today I'm going to speak on surviving the pandemic. And let me tell you, I am not Dr. Sarita Lunani, but I am speaking as a friend, Sarita. Let me begin with a story. There was a village, they had only one cobbler. The cobbler used to mend the shoes of all the people in the village. And he never had time to look after himself. He never got the time to look after himself. And one day he had some problem in his feet and he started limping. And slowly, because he had no time to look after himself, he could not mend shoes anymore. And what happened? The entire village started limping. So friends, the first mantra to survive the pandemic is to look after yourself. If you are healthy, you can look after your family. The impact of the corona pandemic has been devastating all over the world. The next mantra is taking necessary precautions of social distancing, wearing masks, and maintaining hygiene. In order to survive this pandemic, you must be courageous, confident, and positive. In such a situation, rather than living in fear and anxiety, it is important to be innovative, think out of the box, find opportunities to adapt to the new normal to grow. Friends, don't be weak like the cat, see the tiger in yourself. Each one of you has many hidden talents. You may not be aware of it, just like the iceberg. Can you see the iceberg in the picture? It looks so small from the top. But look at its depth. Amazing, isn't it? Friends, do not allow the pandemic to overpower you. We Innerwheel members can withstand challenges. This is the time to build your immunity through walking, exercises, yoga asanas, and meditation. Innerwheel members who are good in any skill, they can continue their talent as hobby or market their services through online media or support the women from lower income groups. You never know. You may be a good writer, a singer, an artist, and so on. Let us explore ourselves during this pandemic. And friends, if we do nothing, this will be the result. And is this the solution to survive the pandemic? These are sunflowers. Now, sunflowers have the characteristic that they turn towards the sun in whichever direction the sun is. But friends, what happens on a rainy day or when there is no sun? Just like you, even I used to think that they droop down. But let me tell you, sunflowers never droop down. When there is no sun, they look at each other and give inner strength to one another. So friends, just like the sunflowers, let us support each other during the pandemic. The new inner wheel has moved from meeting rooms, halls, and hotels into our homes, our living rooms, our laptops, our iPads, webinars, etc. And it is essential now that members should empower themselves with digital knowledge and skills to survive this pandemic. Learn internet banking, online ordering of medicines, participate in webinars. My secret is I did not know what Zoom was till the lockdown started. And the best way to learn is from your grandchildren. One of my friends, she brought this beautiful mansion. And she had a phobia for rats. And there were hundreds and hundreds of rats in this house, in the basement. She didn't know how to get rid of them. So an idea struck her that why not light a fire so that the rats will disappear. Yes, she lit a fire, the rats all died. But you know what happened? She lost her house got burned. So do not take hasty decisions. Think wisely. And how do you think wisely? By investing in health insurance policies to meet the private hospital expenses. Yes, COVID is very expensive. Ensure that all investments and bank accounts are either in joint funds or with nominations. Execute a will just to be safe. Tough times never last. Tough people do. You are the creator of your own happiness. So stay happy and positive. Friends, you must change your attitude towards during COVID-19. There was this CEO of a shoe company. He sent two managers in two different parts of Africa. The first manager, as soon as he reached Africa, he called his boss and said, "Sir, in Africa, nobody wears shoes, and it's a total waste of time, energy, and resources. Please call me back." The second manager, he called up his boss and said, "Sir, in Africa, nobody wears shoes. But I would suggest please send 10 containers of shoes. We can do great business here. We will earn a lot of money." So, friends, a pessimist sees the difficulty in every opportunity, but an optimist sees the opportunity in every difficulty. and we 8 members learn to be our Friends, if you are irritated by every drop, how will you be polished? This is not limited to patient. Don't let anyone dull your sparkle. Keep saying, we shall overcome. This is a picture of the redwood forest in California. Here, the trees are all about 500 feet tall. They are about 500 years old and 200 feet in circumference. You can see how tiny the human being look in the picture. Well, these trees have a small disadvantage. Their roots, they grow just 1 or 2 feet below the ground. And imagine a 500 or 1000 feet tall tree is so tall, and when they have a tornado or an earthquake, can you believe these trees don't fall? How do they support? You know what they do? The roots, oh, they're just 1 feet inside the ground. They entangle each other very tightly. And once they entangle, they are supporting each other very strongly. So the entire forest, all the trees, all the roots are entangled. The model we take from this is that we cannot accomplish all that we need to without working together. Together, friends, to overcome this pandemic, we need behavior change. In the picture, you can see a cat carrying a kitten in its mouth, and in another picture, the cat carrying a rat in its mouth. The mouth is the same, the teeth is the same, only the things they are carrying is different. When they catch a rat, and the cat catches the rat, it holds it so tightly and bites it so hard it kills the rat. But when it comes to holding its kitten, it is so delicate. It holds it so delicately from one place to another. It's so watchful, so careful. So everything in your life reflects the choice that you have made. It is very important to stay motivated. Let us watch this video.
Sarita, is it done? Making a garden is somehow like conducting a symphony. Different thoughts were put together, and we had a wonderful presentation by Pap Sarita Lunani. Thank you, Sarita ji, for the wonderful presentation and for your beautiful thoughts here. And now we come to the projects. And today we are on our 74th Independence Day. We are celebrating the 74th Independence Day in this symphony. So we are presenting a bravery award. Be brave. If you are not, pretend to be. Now we have the guest here, Colonel Shanti. When I think of Colonel Shanti, I remember Captain Vikram Path. His quote, he said, in the Kargil War, before he went to the Kargil War, he said, I will raise the tricolor flag. I will return back with the tricolor flag wrapped around me. Here is a hero today we have. So for the projects, for the rest of the proceedings, I forward it to the President. Welcome, President, please.
Thank you again, Dr. Usha. On account of our 74th Independence Day celebrations, we would like to honor a well-deserving woman who have served the Indian Army for more than 3 decades. Colonel Shanti Perisami, retired, was born in Erode and settled in Tanjore. She had done her schooling from Sacred Heart Convent and went to Kundavinachia Government College for a year. By then, she was selected for Army. She joined Army in December 1978 at Bangalore. Got commissioned in December 1981 as lieutenant. Thereon posted to various places like Delhi and Kolkata and so on. During Kargil war, she was on vacation. They called to join duty, thinking service before self, immediately taken the decision to join. She joined duty, who was appreciated by the commanding officer. She was appointed as Joint Director in two headquarters, Southwest Command Jaipur and Western Command Chandi Mandir. Awarded Chief of Army Staff Commendation on 15th August 2013. Served for 36 years in Army, got retired in 2017. Innaville Club of Tanjore is happy to present Miss Brave Award to Colonel Shanti Periaswamy for her noble service. I request our chief guest to honor Colonel Shanti with a memento. Kamala ma'am. Unmute பண்ணுங்க.
Mute your mic, ma'am, please.
Yes.
Okay. I have great pleasure in honoring Colonel Shanti. For us women, this something like this is a greater honor because we realize that literally the last bastion of male supremacy has been the military. And with women getting into the army, to the air force, into the navy, it has shown that there is nothing that women cannot achieve if they put their mind. So Colonel Shanti does not just signify the security the army gives us, but also signifies what women have achieved today compared to what it was a few decades back. Congratulations, Colonel Shanti. Yes, Nandini, I'm done.
Hello. Hello, happy Friendship Day to all. Thank you, madam, for honoring me this bravery award on this special occasion of International Friendship Day. I'm really honored to get the award from you. And I thank moderator Dr. Usha Nandini, President Nirmala Venkateshan, and Secretary Shanmugha Vadivu, Treasurer Sangeeta. So I am really honored to see all of you and on this special occasion to get this award. Thank you so much. And to all the members overseas and Pondicherry and all the Innaville members. Thank you, madam. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Colonel Shanti, for accepting the honor. We are honored to honor you here. Thank you.
Thank you.
Forward to President, please.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you for joining us, Shanti ma'am. It is really a privilege to honor you on this occasion. Our next project is Trees Are Poems That the Earth Writes Upon the Sky, says Khalil Gibran. Trees exhale so that we can inhale to stay alive. Can we ever forget that? Let us love trees with every breath we take until we die. Someone sitting in the shade today because someone planted a tree long time ago. Forests are the lungs of our land, purifying the air and giving fresh strength to our people. We have not done anything until we grow a plant. Here's a golden opportunity to make the world remember us even after our demise. We are glad to announce that the Innaville Club of Tanjore was allotted 11,000 square feet of land by the Municipal Corporation of Tanjore to grow a mini forest. We need around 1.6 lakhs to do the project successfully. Club members have been donating magnanimously and fundraising being done from other sources as well. We are planning to inaugurate this project by Association President. Tentative date is set as September 12th. So these are the estimate to implement the tree plantation project to create a mini forest. Next slide. Next slide. Yeah, this is the order copy which we received from Municipal Corporation of Tanjore. It is actually a 60,000 square feet piece of land, but since it's too much, I have requested that we will create a mini forest in size of 11,000 square feet, and as an ongoing project, it can be taken further. Next slide. And these are the plants we are planning to plant in the forest. Next. Queens are born in August. Our Innovate Club queens are celebrating. These are they are the Innovate Club of Queen of Innovate Club of Tanjore are celebrating their birthdays in August. Mrs. Suryakala Govindarajan, past President Rahima Jamal, Dr. Pragdishwari, PDC Dr. Ushanandi Vishwanathan, and Mrs. Sunandra Rajagopal. And our members who are celebrating wedding anniversary in August month are past President Alamela Chidambaram, past President Saraswati Karpaya, Mrs. Chitra Jayasilan, Mrs. Lata Namalai, Mrs. Nandini Shaktivel, PDC Dr. Ushanandi Vishwanathan. We wish them a happy wedding anniversary and wish them a happy birthday. Thank you.
Thank you, President. When I see our chief guest, Kamala Ramakrishnan, I remember the quotes of Mother Teresa. Give your hands to serve and your heart to love. I welcome past President Kamakshi Samiappa to introduce our chief guest.
Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Auntie, please.
Good evening, one and all. Friendship Meet spreads the fragrance of Innovate to all corners of the world. I have been given the golden opportunity of introducing our past international Innovate President Kamala Ramakrishnan. We are honored to have her as our chief guest today. I am sure her suggestions will take our club to greater heights. Born in Madras, Kamala Ramakrishnan had a schooling and collegiate education in Hyderabad. A postgraduate in political science, she has a graduate degree in library and information science. She also has a diploma in French and German. As a freelance journalist, Kamala had contributed regularly to the Hindu, Inside Outside, and the Swagat. Her articles out of the old landscape that appeared every Friday was very popular. She was a regular contributor to the Folio, a supplement of the Hindu, where the contribution was only by invitation. Kamala Ramakrishnan ran a successful distribution agency, namely Efficient Distributors, for the Hindu in the prestigious Adyar area of Chennai. She also owned Inklings, a company that handled newsletters and other corporate communications for companies. Kamala Ramakrishnan has traveled widely in India and abroad. Her interest in contemporary art, crafts, and travels contributed to her writings. She joined Innovate in the year 1974 and has held most of the posts at club level. She became the president in 1985-86. At district level, she was the editor, district secretary, and as extension chairman, she started a record number of 8 clubs that very few have matched. Kamala Ramakrishnan was the district chairman in 1995-96, and during her chairmanship, she motivated all the clubs of the Madras city to start a joint project at the pediatric ward of the Cancer Institute, a main attraction to all the visitors of Innovate District 323 for many years. Kamala Ramakrishnan became president in the year 2000-2001 and conducted the triennial conference at Chennai. She also donated a huge sum from the conference balances to Gujarat earthquake. At the request of Association President Gormil Bareja, she collected funds from our districts and helped to build a shelter in Nagapatnam district during tsunami. In the International Innovator Year 2002-2003, Kamala Ramakrishnan was the board of director and the first from India to take up International Innovate Editor in the year 2003-2004. She became the International Innovate President in the year 2007-2008. Married to past District Governor Rotarian R. Ramakrishnan, ex-member of Parliament and businessman, she is blessed with a son and daughter, both who are married and successful professionals. We are grateful to Kamala Ramakrishnan for accepting our invitation and marking her presence. With great pleasure, I introduce Kamala Ramakrishnan to this friendship meet.
Thank you, Past President Kamakshi Samiappa, to bringing the achievements and the success just in front of us. I welcome. Thank you. It's a great honor to have with us the past International Innovate President Kamala Ramakrishnan. You are sculptor of for enlightening us with your words. I would welcome you to give your keynote address. Welcome, ma'am. Over to you now.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Yes.
Convener of this International Friendship Meet, PDC Usha Nandini, President Nirmala, District Chairman Shivagam Sundari, PAP and my good friend Sarita Lunani, the PDCs who are members of your club and who are such good friends of mine, the past presidents of this club, the district EC members, President of Colombo, Midtown Jani, President of Islamabad Cosmopolitan Sumera, Dr. Sumita of Innovate Club of Pondicherry, President of Innovate Club of Pondicherry, members of the Innovate Club of Tanjore, and friends. Let me first thank both Usha and Nirmala for inviting me to attend this beautiful friendship meet with a lovely name, Symphony, and asking me to address you on such a delightful topic. Friends, Tanjore has a special place in my heart for a very simple reason. It is my hometown. My grandparents lived here, and for years and years, we used to land up for 10 days in the city from Madras, not knowing how to spend my time in Tanjore. There was really nothing much. I mean, I don't know how it is today, but there was nothing much to do. So every evening, there was one little boy who lived opposite our house who would be sent there. And I think for about every day for the 10 or about almost 2 weeks, I spent my time in either the Shivagami Punga or the Periya Kovil, the big temple or the Periya Kovil as we knew it. What was very different was that I don't think we ever realized how great this temple was. It took me to grow into an adult and to come into Madras and start reading up to realize here I had spending time in and out of that big temple. I never understood it. Anyway, Tanjore has a place for me, and as Usha says, I hope at some point I come back. Friends, shall we start the slides now? Okay. I shall explain why I chose this topic later. Few things have had such a huge impact on friendship and a huge impact on happiness, enjoyment of life, or just plain fun as the friendships we have had. The next slide. As Muhammad Ali says, friendship is the hardest thing in the world to explain. It's not something you learn in school, but you haven't learned the meaning of it. You all know we really have never learned anything. Next one. If The next slide. If there are two topics that make poets and artists go overboard, it is love and friendship. And some of the most beautiful poetry and art have been inspired by friendships. Next one. I thought before I talk to you of friendship, I must at least tell you some of the big stories that our mythology has thrown up about friendship, just to create the mood. I mean, friendship means so much to us, so why not go to mythology? Here we have the great friendship of Krishna to Sudama. Sudama was a poor Brahmin boy, and when he grew up and he had so many children, actually this is a big joke, and they say, if you have 10 children, you'll end up like Sudama, poor and not having enough to eat. But be that what it may, Sudama was sent by his wife to meet Krishna. He didn't want to tell him what he came for. He took some puri because Krishna loved it and gave him the puri. And here you have the ultimate God getting down on his legs to welcome Sudama. You know the story of how Sudama got so much later, but all that is not important. This is absolutely beautiful to see Krishna and Sudama. And you have this other great friendship, Karna and Duryodhana. You can never, ever understand this friendship of the king for a man who was suffering under the stigma of illegitimacy. And Duryodhana treated him like a king and gave up all his possibilities of meeting up with his brothers for the sake of this great friend. And there you have a great friendship, Krishna and Arjuna, that gave us the fabulous Bhagavad Gita. You have two more there, Rama and Vibhishana. You have Sita and Trijata. Trijata belonged to the Ravanas. Actually, she was there to look after Sita, see that she doesn't run away. But the relationship that Sita and Trijata created was a beautiful friendship. And that is one of the reasons why Sita was able to stay on under the Ashoka tree. Next slide, please. And then let me go on to another big thing, which was, as you all know, the Jataka tales and the Panchatantra tales. Quick, I'm sure all of you know these stories of the four friends on the hunter, where three friends were very, very close to each other, the tortoise, the crow, and one day a deer came and joined up with them. And the three friends said, why don't you join us? We'll also see that you are looked after us. And the deer said, okay. So the four friends lived happily till one day the deer did not come. The friends said, what has happened? They went searching. The crow flew everywhere, found the deer was in a net, came back, told them, and the three went. And one of the four, the mouse, managed to bite the net through, and the deer escaped. Here you have this great friendship. And the ant fell into the water, the deer saved it. And then later on, when the hunter was about to kill the dove, the ant bit the hunter, and the hunter's gun missed the target, and the dove was saved. Here you have the lion and the tiny mouse, where the lion said, how can you be my friend? But he still kept looking after the mouse. And one day, when the lion was caught in the net, the mouse helped us escape. The next one, Usha. So the reason for all this is very simply to bring your attention to this. To us, the Innovate to friendship has a special meaning. Our movement is based on three objectives: to promote true friendship, to encourage the ideals of personal service, to foster international understanding. Friends, here I want to take a little time. I want to say that mean a lot to me. If you realize that the first objective that we have put is to promote true friendship, and that is something that is being missed these days. I think you all be hearing again and again that it's been 46 years since I joined Innovi. Looks like the year your club started and the way I joined Innovi is about the same time. I was newly married, I think about 21 years. My mother-in-law's friend brought me to Innovi, and and I've never regretted it. I have grown in a wheel. I have reached positions in a wheel, and some of my closest friends are in a wheel. But today, I see that most presidents have started stressing more and more on projects. Friends, projects are important, but please remember all the time, we are not a typical NGO organization. We do projects, yes, but we do projects to also create greater bonds of friendship between us. Do not get so obsessed with your projects that the idea of having friendly meetings, of coming together, of doing things so that this bond increases will be totally forgotten. In a few more years, 4 to be exact, we will be celebrating our 100th year. This is no small achievement. While so many organizations that have not existed so long, how is it that we are still going strong? And I think this is only because of the many friendships we have made as our base. I am sure many of you have had equally good friends, and you will understand what I am trying to say. The next slide, Kusha. So what is the reason for it? As you can see here, it started on the 10th of January 1924 as a single club in Manchester, UK. Today, we have grown to become one of the largest women's organizations in the world, spread over 104 countries. And how did we achieve it? Friendship is the key. We have learned to build our friendship over decades, and this has made our organization much stronger. How did we manage it? Usha, the next one. We have done so many things. I mean, literally, I think I almost feel old now when I can tell you, I know how the inner wheel has grown over the years. Friends, there was a time when most of these, the friendships were created only by visits. I mean, you all must have heard about it. None of you would have been born at a time when the only way you met friends were through visits. But there was a time like that in the initial years of inner wheel, when people went and there were no cars. They got into phaetons. I still remember in Tanjore when we went to visit people, my grandmother would say, "Hey, Mata Kattida, Vandi Edida." And we all sat in a Mata Vandi and went. And that's how we visited. And that's how people visited in the initial years of the inner wheel. Usha, the next one. And then, how did we, Usha, have you skipped one or is it the, yeah, right. But to most of us, this was the way we kept in contact with friends. What was life before phones? Seriously, I do not know. To most of us, making a phone call and spending hours on the phone was the simplest and most common way of reaching out to friends. The president spoke for hours to our EC, and they discussed not just the club, but everything on earth. I still remember my mother-in-law saying, and the phone for years, my family called it Thorapakata. Anyway, because of my mother-in-law. And we said, Thorapakatale phone vandurthu, she's tell my husband, said, na saapadu podra, but on phones for years. And then in those days when you had to call the association or thing, you had to book a call. So most of it was not done. But then slowly the STD calls came in. They were expensive. When I was association president, a lot of district chairmen would call me after 11 o'clock in the night. You know why? Because after 11 o'clock, the STD charges were 1/4 of the usual rate. So I would wait up from 11 to 12 and wait for these chairmen to call me. Halfway through my presidency, thank God, the government took off that policy, and I told these chairmen, please call me at a time that is slightly better. So calls became slowly cheaper, and phone calls, STD calls became our way of communicating with the association, with the international. Nandini, next slide. And this was another great form of connection. I miss this a lot. I have tons of letters written by all of us to each other, and I've saved them because I know this is never going to be seen again. Letters or mail, as we call it today, was our greatest connection with friends locally from all over the world. And this was Innoville's greatest asset. You know, our ISO is such an important part of our organization. At the beginning of the year, the district ISO would hand over to each club a whole list of names of people that she must correspond with. And our club ISO would write long mails, get back long mails, and they would be read out at our club meetings. Those were times so many of us are really not traveling. And these letters kept us going with each other. You know, I still remember the time when the Swedish lady, I think I had just finished my job as an ISO in the club, and the Swedish lady called me up. She said, I'm very sorry for disturbing you, but my daughter is coming all the way to Chennai, to Madras, as she called it. I have no clue what Madras is. All I know is that it is very, very, very hot compared to Sweden. And then she said, what will my daughter do? How will she live there? What will she do with her children? And then you wouldn't believe, over 4 months, we wrote letters to each other every week. And I told her about Madras, she told her about her children. I managed to get her admission into the school. And when the daughter came, I went and met her and then slowly helped her settle down. I lost touch with the mother slowly, of course. Who does? But that was what mails were to us in those days. Friends, next one, Usha. People tell me Innoville has changed so much. Yes, it's all nice to talk nostalgia, but I don't think we'll ever go back to the world that we saw in the 60s and 70s. But there's one thing that has not changed. Our objective, promote true friendship, has never changed. Our goal of reaching out to friends remains the same, even if the ways in which we have done it have changed. The phone and letter have remained an unchangeable part of our friendship. Only the avatars have changed. No one picks up those huge phones and circles it. Though I do that sometimes because I feel BSNL must get some sort of a revenue. But our mobile phone goes with us everywhere. We can no longer say, "Yo, na veetle phone pakala." Unfortunately, we are there all the time, and we are all the time connected to our clubs. Recently, WhatsApp has changed the way we have communicating with each other. We all have club groups. Members post information about each other, and in some ways, we have come closer. It's also become easier to raise money as one. The president puts a project, and I don't know how it is other clubs, but my club, everybody says, okay, 1,000 here, 2,000 here, 5,000 here. And within half an hour, the money for the project has been raised. Every GB is a mini celebration where we might have discussed and even fought over issues, but we all had lunches and togethers. So what WhatsApp brought us close in one way, all these lunches and teas brought us close. We loved being in meetings with each other. We loved doing things together. We formed groups, we went on picnics, we did movies together. We traveled together. In fact, friends, the best part of all our meetings where we met up with friends and had great connections. Usha Nandini will still tell you about the fantastic memories of all of us traveling together to Melbourne. We all had great memories of coming to the South Zone to be here with you all in Tanjore, travel for triennials, travel for conventions, and our Innoville friendships became stronger and stronger. And Innoville remained vibrant over all these years. Usha, next one. Usha, next slide, yeah. Usha, can you hear me? Sorry.
Yeah, it is.
Next slide. Oh, she's. Can someone send her a message to get to the next slide?
This
Is your network low, ma'am? You're unable to see your video.
yeah. Here the slides are getting changed now. The world as we know it has changed. We are all a little lost. We are all a little confused, and yet we have all hoped.
Hear me?
Yeah, it is here. We can see it.
Can you hear me now? Yeah, Usha, next slide. Sorry. Yes. Friends, world has changed. Totally changed. The world has changed. Yes, yes, yes. Sorry, please switch it off. The world has changed as we know it. We are all a little lost. We are all a little confused. And yet we have all coped. I think what the next one, Usha. The next one. For a short while, we did not know what to do. Everything, I think the minds just stopped. But our ability to adapt has been phenomenal. The physical space has moved to a virtual space. Digital methods have been adopted with great success. The next one, Usha. Yet, is everything okay? Yes, the Zoom has brought us closer. I find that every day I have at least two Zooms traveling all over the world on my Zoom. But is everything still the same? It's not. You just heard Sarita tell us all about COVID and what it is doing to us. And that's exactly what has happened. We are scared of visiting people. Social distancing has affected us. There is a sense of isolation. What happens to COVID, to friendships in the COVID times? We are not able to meet each other. The lunches and dinners that we used to have and that brought us closer have all stopped. Meeting each other physically, we have stopped spending time with each other. And I am very, very worried, especially for smaller clubs, that they might lose touch with each other and the strength of the club might deteriorate. This is when I want the president to start thinking, because I know in some of the very, very small towns, some of the club's members are even saying we will not pay our subscription because we are not meeting anybody, we're not getting anything out of it. My next slides are mainly meant to help the president to think about it. So let's look at some possibilities. Ultimately, as Oscar Wilde says, the bond of all conversation, whether in marriage or in friendship, is conversation. I'm sorry, the companionship, the bottom of all companionship is conversation. So friends, how do we create this bond of companionship? The easiest, of course, is to pick up your phone and just call, do a video chat, which is even better, or do a WhatsApp chat, or at least keep on chatting. Exchange small piece of information that keeps you bound. Share photographs and videos in your WhatsApp group. And I would even say send cards and letters. There's so many members who cannot get onto the WhatsApp. But this, I really do not want to stress on this because I know WhatsApp is something we in India have totally come to terms with and use it all the time. So let's look at other possibilities. Let's exercise together. You know, I think even in South Zone, we all did a Zumba, or was it with Sarita's? I think we did, didn't you, Usha? I remember.
In Sarita's, we did a Zumba. We did a dance floor in our South Zone.
South Zone, yes.
After dinner.
Oh, so we can still continue to do that. I mean, I do my yoga every morning with my group of members. I know I tried being alone for 3 days and my yoga just went for a fart. So we said, let's get back to Zoom. And every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I find that at 7:30, I'm all dressed in my yoga clothes and we do the yoga together. Friends, this is something worth thinking. Fitness is very important. And if you have not started doing this, I would say, please do it at least twice a day. You will see it's absolutely great to do it. You know, Prabha Raghunathan, our past PAP, had given us the PAPs a video, made us all do videos of running together because this is some scheme that had come up. She made us take photographs of all of us walking and we sent it to her. She put it all together and put it in our PAP group. And it was fantastic to see all of us walking in our houses but still walking. And it was so motivating. I mean, small things, but it really helps. So let's exercise together. Organize a game morning. You might be doing it. We have started doing a lot of it in Chennai now. Housey. People are playing Housey. We did a Housey, movie Housey that day. And we should have seen everybody screaming and shouting, saying they knew the name of the movie. The quizzes have become very popular. Antakshari has become the go-to game now, which people are doing together. And actually, There's a lot of games online. If you want to download it, and all of you play together. Watch movies together. You might say, how do I do it? My son was telling me about all these apps that are there, which you can all download, and all of you together at the same time can watch a movie together. Get yourself popcorn, keep it next to you, and start eating it as you all watch movies together. Zoom parties have become a big thing. I mean, I have not still done this, but I know people are doing it. My daughter and my son do it all the time. You know, they meet up with everybody pours themselves a drink, they all keep themselves snacks, and for an hour and a half, they all drink to each other and they all talk. And she says it's almost like they've all met in someone's house. I think it's so worth trying. Start a recipe club. We have actually, our PDCs of our district 323 have started a recipe club, and you wouldn't believe the amount of recipes. Everybody does a recipe, posts it, photographs and all, and then somebody else repeats it, and then we all share it. So you start a recipe club, brings you absolutely together, or you cook together with ingredients that you have there. You could have some teacher teaching you, and you could all cook together. Do a Zoom meeting. This is also becoming very popular, where you all can do something, learn a craft. We recently had one where the lady taught crochet, and the next day, all our friends were posting photographs of the crochet bits they had done. I mean, literally, it's unbelievable what people are willing to try now to get out of that loneliness that solitude is bringing. Host a talk show. So when a Zoom meeting, everyone is given a topic and asked to do a quick talk. It will make a great fun. You can even do stand-up comedy. I know a lot of your past presence in the PTCs are great fun. If you give them a topic and ask them to talk, they can even talk about what they have done over the years. I'm telling you, the talk show is a great way of doing a meeting once a month. The next one, Usha, next. Talk sessions in any of your cities, great tourist site. I mean, we saw a beautiful video now on Tanjore. I mean, Tanjore is, you know what, Tanjore as it still is to me, is such a fabulous place. But there are lots of things that many of you might not know about. Even your Saraswati Mahal Library is a great treasure of information. I do not know how much all of you know about it. Do a talk show, get somebody to talk about it, take you through it also by pictures, and I'm telling you, it's fantastic. As I just said, invite the PDCs of your district to talk on their year and its special moments of friendship. They would love to do that. Nostalgia is a great way of bringing people together, and hope your PDCs are still around and listening to this. It will be a great way of bringing them back to spending time with you all, and they would also enjoy it. And if this is boring, if life has become boring, I have a great idea. Why don't we all spend some time planning a trip that we can all take together? Planning will create a special bond. Why don't you think? I mean, I wanted to go to Egypt, so I'm sitting now and writing all that I'm going to do in Egypt. Some point, I'm sure I will go, and I have all the information ready. So Usha is smiling. I'm sure Usha can do an entire tour, all sent, given to you all, and the minute the corona goes away, you can just go on a trip, vengeance traveling as it is called, and have fun. Friendship is not easy. You have to work hard to have them. You have to put in time. You have to put in effort. And this is even more true of inner being. We keep doing projects, you'll never have time for friendships. So do a project where at least all the members also go for the project. Do projects that help the community for sure, because that is one of our main aims. But do it also in such a way that it creates a bond between friends. Usha, the next one. Friends, I mean, you can read what this is, and it's so true. If you neglect the garden, weeds will take over, and the flowering bushes will all disappear. The garden of friendship is the same. Just as you have to work at your garden, you have to work at friendship. So work at your garden because we all have time. I have discovered flowering plants in my garden that I never even knew existed. May your garden of friendship always be full of flowers. The next one, Usha. Friends, thank you for having been here. You have this very famous, Thiruvalluvar wrote so much about friendship. I only quoted one which I love, and I will just give you the English translation. It says, just as you find your clothes slipping away from your body, your hand would go immediately to cover that possible nudity that might come when your hand moves. I mean, you know what happens when our sari slips, your hand goes in fast to put it back in place. It's the same. The minute you find your friend unhappy, stretch out your hand in friendship to wipe away the tears from your heart. Thank you, friends. I hope I did not bore you. There is so much more that you could do. I just took 10 out. If you have find more, please share it with me and with other clubs because all of us need to learn. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to come back to Tanjore virtually. Thank you.
Thank you, Raji. It was a wonderful presentation, and we couldn't make out how long it went on, but it was a wonderful presentation. It was so touching. It made me realize sometimes life does not give us everything that we want, but then that what is life all about? And neither can we have sadness all the time, neither the happiness all the time. But you can create a symphony out of happiness and sadness. That was your presentation. Thank you so much, Chief Guest Kamala. And we are waiting to have you in Tanjore with us soon. Thank you. Now we go to the felicitation. Felicitation, Interview Club of Colombo, Midtown. Katavak Denalasa Mama Janatipati Varayata Aradhana Karami. This is Sinhalese. I hope that which translates as I am delighted to welcome President Janu to give her felicitations.
Stuti.
Yeah. Your voices are breaking, Janu.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we can hear you. Please go ahead.
The bandwidth is low, it seems.
Your band is, I think.
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh.
Janu, you're not heard. You're not audible.
Video is frozen. I mean, her.
Yeah. Present, shall I go to the next one? Shall I call the next one and we'll connect her later? Yeah. Now, the Innovative Club of Islamabad, cosmopolitan from Pakistan. Mehema ni QCC Janaba President Sumira Sahib, आपकी इस्तिकबा करने में मुझे बहुत खुशी होती है। आप अब आइए और अपनी की मती बातों से नवासे. This is Urdu, which means I'm delighted to welcome the President, Innovative Club of Islamabad, Zumira, to give her felicitations.
Sumera. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Assalamu alaikum and good evening, everyone. I hope you are all fine. Thank you so much, PDC Usha Nanni and President Narmila of Inner Wheel Club of Tanjore for inviting us to be part of this international friendship meet. It's a great honor for all of us to be here and meet our fellow club members of Inner Wheel from different states. I belong to Inner Wheel Club of Islamabad Cosmopolitan of District 342, which has been formed since 1992. Islamabad is home to many migrants from other regions of Pakistan and has a cultural and religious diversity of considerable antiquity. In this year, our main focus is to fight and keep safe everyone from coronavirus pandemic. May Almighty mercy on us. Ameen. We have been visiting old age home frequently to spend time with them, provide eatables, medical assistance, and whatever they require. We also focusing on self-sustainability program by giving them the equipments or the skills so they can earn from these rather than depend on receiving help for the rest of their lives. We also celebrate our Independence Day and working on tree plantation for Go Green Pakistan. Water saving projects are also in action in these days. We plan how to reserve rainwater by building storage tanks as well as drilling water bores to help the needy people. Our next project is to help the thalassemia patients by donating blood because they suffer a lot during this COVID-19 pandemic. All of our projects are conducted having the SOPs in our mind. I'm so glad to be a part of this club. I hope we all can all help people of our community as much as possible and cause a better change in our society. Thank you once again, all of you, to invite us. Have a good day and keep spreading peace. Thank you.
Thank you, Zumira. Thank you for coming.
Thank you so
We
much.
to host you at Tanjore. And we also
Thank you so much for you.
extra club at Islamabad.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Next, we will have Innovative Club of Pondicherry President, Pondicherry Innovative Sanga Talaivi, Dr. Sumedha Bakshi அவர்களை வாழ்த்துரை வழங்க அழைக்கிறோம், which means I invite her to give her felicitation.
A very warm greetings to all the dignitaries who have joined and are a part of this wonderful and unique meet. My special regards to past International Winner Wheel President, Madam Kamala Ramakrishnan, our beloved District Chairman, Mrs. Sivagami Sundari Kandasamy, our guest speaker, past Association President, Mrs. Sarita Lunani. A big namaste to my friends from IWC Islamabad Cosmopolitan, Sumera Iyaz, and the IWC Colombo Midtown, Mrs. Janu Siva Subramanian. A big kudos to my dear friend, Nirmala Venkateshan, President Inner Wheel Club of Tanjore, and our PDC, Dr. Usha Nandini, for conceptualizing and organizing such a wonderful meet. And a special thanks for selecting me amongst all other clubs of our district and giving me the opportunity to be a part of this meet. I really feel privileged to be able to speak on this international platform. The objective of Inner Wheel is to promote true friendship and foster international understanding. And this meet is a glaring example of the same. I really congratulate Mrs. Nirmala Venkateshan for successfully organizing this meet. With my background of being a Bengali born and brought up in Orissa, married to a Sikh from New Delhi, and settled in a South Indian city of Pondicherry, I can consider myself as a global Indian or a Cosmo Indian, and I feel proud about the same. Presently, I am settled in Pondicherry, which is an international tourist destination well known for its French connection. I take this opportunity to invite my friends from Islamabad and Colombo to visit this beautiful place whenever the situation permits. Like I mentioned earlier, I have a bit of almost every state of India in me. Place Pondicherry is very special to my heart. I have been residing in Pondicherry for only past 10 years, yet this place has given me everything a woman dreams of. Love of my life, sweet family, dream career, wide recognition, and ample opportunity to serve this society. Pondicherry indeed is a very serene and a beautiful place with warm and hospitable people. Biggest attraction being Auroville, an international village with people residing from more than 40 different countries. The best time to visit Pondicherry is from October to March. I sincerely promise that along with my club members, I will take best care to show you around the beautiful monuments and scenic beauty. I really look forward towards my friends from Islamabad and Colombo to host. Today is a memorable day as it marks the beginning of a new friendship which is beyond international boundaries and is above culture and creed. A sweet friendship refreshes the soul, and today I feel refreshed. A true friendship is not only a necessity but also a luxury. Not everybody is blessed to have true friend. True friendship is deeper than gossiping and hanging out. It stands for a relationship free of any judgment. It makes us feel loved and accepted and is an essentiality to be completely happy and gives us a reason to stay strong. Friendship is the only cement that will ever hold the world together. And today marks the beginning of a new chapter. I'm really looking forward to it. I would like to nurture this bond personally and personally be in touch with both the clubs of Islamabad Cosmopolitan and IWC Colombo Midtown, not to mention all our sister clubs throughout district, Innerville District 298. Today, technology brings us closer and makes it possible to meet, see, and be connected far better than ever before. I take this as a positive aspect of Corona, which has made us think and explore the option of connecting people virtually across the globe. As the saying goes, side by side or miles apart, friends are connected through heart. I hope to be connected not only by heart, but also by virtue of advancing technology. With this, I conclude. Mikka Nandri, a big thanks.
Thank you for the wonderful presentation. And let us all together. Now we're going to have the International Innoville Convention. So I welcome all the club presidents to get ready for the International Convention, which is to be happened in India, in Jaipur. So now let's go to the games. When fun gets deep enough, it can heal.
Janu has joined.
Yeah, Janu has joined.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Sorry,
We have
my
Janu now.
connection. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Sorry. Janu, spotlight on Janu, please.
To a community seeking to improve this. In October, the month of breast cancer awareness, we are planning to make a medical supply donation hospital near Sri Lanka. We are also planning an eco school project whereby we are encourage young waste management. Once again, I thank you so much for having me today, and I'm hopeful that Inner Wheel Club of Colombo Midtown will be able to international Inner Wheel sisters in Sri Lanka.
Thank you, Janu. We would definitely will plan and we will be there. And I welcome you and the members to India. Tanjore. Yes. Yeah. Thank you, Janu. Thank you so much.
Yes.
And now let's go.
Thank you. Thank you.
The fun. Thank you. Games. When the fun gets deep enough, it can heal the world. Even though we are growing up, we should never stop having fun. Here comes our president to conduct the games.
Good evening to everyone once again. We have come to the fun part of today's program, and there are certain rules for this game. So we'll be muting, we'll put everyone on mute for this game, and only the chat box has to be used to answer the question. Okay, there'll be a puzzle put up, and there is a chat box. Like if you go over your ID, you can see a chat box. Can everyone see a chat box? Please find it. It is next to the share folder, next to the participant list. So please get ready to give your answers through the chat box. So we're going to go for the first game. It's going to be find out how many ducks are there. Zoom lama. And the time starts now. You'll be given 1 minute. You can type your numbers. You can type your answers in the chat box. Dr. Smita typed 10. Anyone else? I got one answer. Smita now says actually 12. Yes, you can change. After 1 minute, I'll take it as a final answer.
I'm unable to type.
Why? You can tell your answer after. Yes, please. Okay, time's up. What's your answer, ma'am? Sarita, ma'am? 11?
11.
Okay, the time is over. I have Janu ma'am.
Rita, ma'am, kindly mute your mic, please. Yeah, thank you.
And Smita ma'am says 12. And can you see the answer now? The answer is 16. We don't have any members have told the right answer. I'm just checking the chat box once again. There are, yes, a lot of hidden ducks are there. In the first one, there's one duck, and there's, if you see, you can see two peaks for this, and there's a little one hiding here. So there are total is 16. So I don't see, there's no winners for this. The closest was Ms. Janu, I think. Congratulations anyway to all the participants. Okay. Are you all ready to vote? Now, the game 2 will test your math knowledge. So what is the answer for the fourth equation? So we have 3 equations and they have collected the total amount. And what is the answer for the fourth equation? I will start the time now. You can start typing. We can give 2 minutes for this game, I think, because it involves calculating 3 equations to find out the fourth equation. One minute is over. We got 1 more minute. Anyone have the answer? One minute, 45 seconds are over.
23.
You can type. May I know who that is? Who said 23? Who said 23? 2 minutes, time's up. No one has typed the answer, but I heard 23 from someone. Rani, okay, Rani ma'am. Okay, ma'am. Yeah, let's go see the answer. It's a video. We'll see how it works. Okay, the answer is 38. Anyway, thank you, my friends, for your participation. We can give a round of applause.
President, shall I ask விடுகதை கேட்க பார்த்தோம்ல?
Yeah, please.
ஒரு 2 கேட்போம். எத்தனை முறை திறந்து மூடினாலும் ஓசை வராத கதவு. எத்தனை முறை திறந்து மூடினாலும் ஓசை வராத கதவு. அது என்ன? எத்தனை முறை திறந்து மூடினாலும் ஓசை வராத கதவு. அது என்ன?
சொல்லலாமா?
Yeah, please. Please, President.
Ice.
Yes, exactly. Eyes.
No, eyelids.
Okay. இது வேணாலும் வச்சுக்கலாம். கண்ணிமை. Exactly கண்ணிமை is answer, but it can be also eyes. ஏன்னா President, we can give some excuse because she's working to get us all together here. காலையில் வெளிப்பட்டவன் இரவுக்கு கட்டுப்படுவான். காலையில் வெளிப்பட்டவன் இரவுக்கு கட்டுப்படுவான். அவன் யார்? It's a very easy one. Okay, the answer is Surya. Okay. Now shall we go to the vote of thanks, the end of the program? Anything else, President? Okay. The most beautiful way to start and end the meeting is a grateful heart. Feeling gratitude, expressing like wrapping a present and not giving it. Here comes the Secretary Shanmuga Vadivu to say the vote of thanks of gratitude. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Usha. Good evening, friends. On behalf of our Innovil Club of Tanjore, I deem it to a great honor and privilege to propose vote of thanks for this wonderful event, International Friendship Meet. My sincere thanks to our guest of honor, District Chairman Sivagami, for the guidance and support in all means. Thank you, ma'am. My heartfelt gratitude to our chief guest, past International Innovil President, Kamala Ramakrishnan, inspiring speech. I extend my thanks to our guest speaker, past Association President, Sarita Lunani, for the informative speech. Thank you, ma'am. Thanks to our district EC members. Thanks to our Mohan Lata, District Secretary 298. I thank Colonel Shanti for accepting our love. Thank you. I appreciate our neighborhood country friends who took great efforts to join us in this great event. Thank you, President Janu Sivasubramaniam and members, Colombo Midtown, Sri Lanka. Thank you, President Sumaira Diaz and members, Islamabad Cosmopolitan, Pakistan. I extend my thanks and appreciations to President Dr. Sumita Bakshi, Pondicherry. Thank you all, friends. Really, thank you so much. I thank our PDC, Kalaimahal Swaminathan, PDC, Sundari Subramanian. A special thanks to PDC, Dr. Usha Nandini Vishwanathan, who gave her full support and took lot of effort to connect with international friends and guiding us in all means. Thank you really, Dr. Usha. Thank you, past President, Charter President Vijaya Swaminathan, and all past presidents, Innovil members, and all invites and guests who offered the felicitation on this happy occasion. Thank you all for making this function a grand success. And last but not least, I thank Mr. Arumulian and team from Tamara International School for the constant support in communication us and connecting us together virtually. Thank you, sir. Thank you again. Thank you, friends.
Thank you, Secretary Shanmuga. Now I call upon the President to end meeting agenda.
Meeting adjourned. Let us all raise our right hand for the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Thank you. Thank you so much, all the friends who have been here to celebrate the symphony. Thank you, President, for giving me the opportunity to be the mediator here.
Thank you, Usha. Thank you, Nandini. Thank you, Usha.
See you
Thank
all.
you. Bye.
And very nice to see you all.
Thank you.
Bye, Kamashi.
Hi, Ansa.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye. Have a nice
Bye.
meeting, Nirmala.
Thank you.
Very, very nicely conducted, Usha.
Bye, Sundari
It
ma'am.
was very nice.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, Sadhana. Thank you, Sadhana, for being here. Thank you, Rani Rajan.
Thank you, Rani ma'am.
Congratulations.
Yes, Palan. Shall I leave, Nirmala? I will talk to you later. Bye. Night.
Yeah, bye.
Good night.
Bye, Nirmala. Bye, Usha.
Bye.
Okay. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you
Yeah,
so much.
Congrats, congrats.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Sadhana. Thank you, Hansa, ma'am. Thank you.
Right, Usha Nandini and the president of the inner group of Tanjore.
நல்லா இருக்கீங்களா
Ansa.
எப்படி இருக்கீங்க காமாட்சி நல்லா இருக்கீங்களா
Yeah, நல்லா இருக்கேன். When are you coming to Tanjore?
I don't know, maybe sometime soon.
Okay, okay.
Okay, have a nice time, have a nice
Thank
day.
you.
Thank you. You
Thank
also
you.
have a nice time, Hansa. Stay
Thank
safe.
you, ma'am.
Conductor Nirmala,
Thank,
congratulations.
thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Vijay aunty, thank you. Sundari aunty, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, ma'am.
Hi, Nirmala. Hello. It was really well organized, Nirmala. Very nice. And Sumira ji, salam alaikum.